Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Sa inyong telebisyon matatanaw, kaya't magpapahuli, humanda at manood. Sa HMI TV lagi kang tumuto.
Tara na, dito na tayo sa HMI. Makabuluhang Mesaya, tinataglay. Kung ikaw ay malubot at nalulumbay, HMI TV ang ating kakagapay. HMI TV,
halina at magsama-sama.
HMI TV,
Huwag nang isipin ang problema.
HMI TV,
We're gonna work on this together. We are one. Let's fly to the sky. Enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Dito lang yan, wala nang iba. HMI. Halika na sa HMI. Ano pang hinihintay? Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Umidahig sa tunog, ikaw ay gumalaw. Mga usapihin at komento. Halika na at makinig sa mga kwento. Marami kang matututunan, panibagong karunungan. HMI TV, kayo ang bida sa puso namin. Sa puso namin.
HMI TV,
Halina at magsama-sama.
HMI TV,
Huwag nang isipin ang problema.
HMI TV,
We're gonna work on this together. We are one. Let's fly to the sky. Enjoy this one-of-a-kind experience. Dito lang yan, wala nang iba. HMI.
HMI TV.
Lord Jesus, we give you our hands to do your work. We give you our feet to go your way. We give you our eyes to see as you see. We give you our tongue to speak your words. We give you our mind to think as you think. We give you our spirit that you may pray in us. We give you ourselves so that we may become more and more like you. So that it is you, Lord Jesus, who lives and works and prays in us. Amen.
Good evening, Philippines. And hello, world. Welcome to Turismo Pilipinas here on HMI TV. Tonight, as we talk about ethical principles, kindly prepare your notes and pen, and we have a chat box over there to source your questions. So, without further ado, let me introduce my special guest. She is a leader of $1 million multiple restaurant concepts, successfully launched new operations that expanded existing ones in the Philippines, Brunei, Malaysia, and Taiwan for operations based in the Philippines. Brunei and the US, over 40 years in the food service industry, experience currently a restaurant operations trainer, coach, and and coach. Let's all welcome Ms. Rose Eugenio.
Hi. Hi, everybody. Oh, good evening, Reg, and good evening to all your viewers in the whole Philippines. Congratulations for this particular show that you have put out. So, um, I would like to start with my sharing. I would not like to say that it's a presentation because this is basically something that is very common. And I would say that most of us knows this. So, can I have my slide? So, okay, good evening again. So, this presentation aims actually to refresh us because the ethical principles of a manager, this applies to an F&B manager in, uh, in the hospitality industry. And I am certain that in most of the industries, it also applies. Right. So, I am just here to refresh you, baka nakalimutan, to remind you also, baka makalimutan, reinforce it if we haven't well forgotten it, right? And if we are lacking or we are lagging from there, then it is to remind us and to restart a journey of ethical principles. Now, okay, I would start with God fearing, right? It's a respect for biblical principles of godliness, right? I i i strongly believe that we might have different beliefs or different faiths. So for us Christians and Catholics, we adhere to Jesus Christ, while there are some who are in a different faith. So anybody whom they call and elevate as their supreme being, then definitely this particular person teaches godliness in our words, thoughts, and deed. Uh, I hope that everybody agrees to that. Now we'll go to honesty. It's all truthfulness in your dealings. No, you don't have deceptions or misleading or actual events happening. This transparency is indeed, no, a sign of, transparency is always a sign of sincerity, straightforwardness. Para na nating sinasabi ang piso ay piso, right?
Mm-hmm.
Hindi ang piso ay 1 peso and 10 cents, right? Transparency is that there are no hidden costs, right? Where an F&B manager would say, okay, ang catering po na ito, it cost me 100,000, right? Total zero, as in 100,000 net. And then suddenly when the guest is billing out, there are some other charges. That's a service charge. Why was the service charge not been discussed before? Right? So these are hidden charges. So honesty is being transparent. You have to be straightforward in all of what you're saying. Okay? Now, truthfulness on financial management. Buy the book, a record, or centavo is accounted for. We cannot just say there are times to say, oh, I missed 50 pesos.
Mhm.
And it's kind of difficult to find it. But yet you cannot pull 50 pesos from your pocket and say, okay, here's 50 pesos, put it on the record. No, you have to find that 50 pesos. So that is part of truthfulness in financial management. Now, proper use of funds. We whatever the fund is destined for, assigned for, we do not divert. We do not divert. Let's say if this fund is for let's say we wanted to buy an air condition and that fund has been
Mhm.
allotted for an air condition, and suddenly the weather changes or whatever is the situation, that's you don't wanted to buy the air condition, right? Well, you will just have to justify to the big boss or the owner, the stakeholders, say, I don't have to buy this and I will just bring the funds to another expense. You can always do that, but make sure it have the blessing of the owner. Otherwise, right, the fund for the aircon stays there, right? Now, when
Mhm.
during the audit, say it is still there unless allowed. Okay. And then, okay, now another is integrity. People would say, and it is a practice, that you guard your integrity with your life. So it's doing the right things always. They always say, do the right things first time. But there are a number of, we know we are imperfect. We know that even F&B manager, if you become a general manager as a supervisor, there is still a learning curves, and there are times that we are not able to do things right the first time. Right? What is very important there is you rise up, you make corrective actions, so you redeem your integrity, right? So you have undivided attention, you have soundness and uprightness, decency of character. Oh, this is very, very touchy. You have to, yeah, no, decency of character. Walang maiba to sa'yo, right? Because that's decency of character. You have firmness in adherence to the code of moral and godly values. Meaning to say, the code of ethics of a
Mhm.
particular company does not apply only to the service staff, to the lower ranks, and that the F&B manager is exempted. No, it is not. You have to be a role model, so you have to follow it. It also applies to you, unless these are instances, right? Why is my F&B manager not coming on time? Let's just say he's supposed to be expected to be coming at 11 o'clock, and by 8 hours, it's 11 to 8, right? No, he doesn't come. Ang kailangan lang nating makita is that they work beyond the 8 hours. There are even times that the manager brings the work, the administrative work, paperwork, whatever, at home. So are we paying that? No. So we give them leeway, but yet this should be understood by some stuff because you are not paid daily. Right? There are expectations. Mas malaki ang expectation if you become a manager. Right? As again, you guard your integrity with your life. Trustworthiness, the trait that it's a trait that people are so secure when they give themselves to you. Parang piloto, 'di ba? Sasakay ako sa I entrust myself to the pilot. I entrust myself to the aircraft. So, ganun din. Yung guests, I mean, they are entrusting their dining experience sa F&B manager. Right? Very, very important. And then you don't make excuses for your mistakes rather than you be willing to apologize and make corrective actions. Right? Uh, and then truthfulness in marketing practices. Ito, right? Okay. And advertising. Tayo, sometimes we rely on what we see. Di ba? Parang, oh, bakit malaki ang portion nito dito sa picture? Bakit hindi na mas actual? Right? Unless it is says there that it's for aesthetic and presentation only. Right? But if it doesn't indicate there, then you are expected to produce what's in the picture. Right? Uh, I had this experience of going into this renowned, I guess, Chicago pizza. Yeah, we went to Chicago, and the prompt picture of the menu is this guy. You know, the pizza is something like 3 inches thick tall, right? And it's just full of fillings and cheeses or whatsoever, right? And the picture says when you lift a slice, the server even has to stand on a chair and lift it, and you can see the mozzarella sticks. Sorry, the mozzarella cheese. Right? Sabi ko, when we ordered, when we left it, wala pang 1 foot, napatid na yung mozzarella cheese. Sabi ko, I was expecting this one. That's the reason why I asked my sister to bring me to this pizza house. And sabi nila, ay, pang ano lang ho yan, pang pictorial lang yan. So parang, not unless it is indicated there na pang kwento lang to, pang picture lang to, then if it's not, then there's truthfulness in advertising. No? In our marketing practices. And this is very, very common. No? Yung mga, uy, ang nakita ko, hindi naman pala yon ang isinisilbi sa akin. Di ba? This is very, very common. So, as a manager, as an F&B manager, you have to adhere to truthfulness in marketing and advertising. Okay, now let's go to loyalty. So, having to keep things that are confidential and private. Yeah, we always have the priority of the company, the people and the guests, and others. No conflict of interest. Sabi ko nga dito, it's just like a bond of marriage. No? You're loyal to your husband. Right? Or you're loyal to your wife. Parang ganun din ang loyalty natin sa company. Like it's something like through thick and thin, the company first before others. Right? But people would say, paano kung lumipat na ako ng company? Oh, that's a different story. Kung nasaan kang kumpanya, doon ang loyalty mo. When you leave one company and move to another, it terminates your loyalty on the previous one. No, but there are some contracts. There are some contracts and managers that, let's say, that holds you. In a period of 2 years, you cannot work on a similar exactly direct competitors. May mga ganon. Right? But I believe even if you work in a similar establishment, as long as you keep what is private, what is confidential, then it will be okay. Now let's go to fairness. Fairness is you look at the facts. Hindi yung fake news, hindi yung marites, yun ang pinagbabasihan mo. So you have to look at the facts. Right? And then you have to respect others. Respect others. You adhere to the principles of procedural process. Normally ginagawa ito sa disciplinary action. Disciplinary action. Pag disciplinary action, di ba may proseso yan. Like, you have to do a verbal warning, you have to do a written warning, you have to do suspensions na maybe short term, long term, until there is a termination. So that's one. Ngayon naman, kung mga grave misconduct such as dishonesty, alam mo namang that's termination already. But yet, there is still a due process, which is you suspend, you ask them to, you suspend, maybe indefinitely or a period of time, and then you ask them for a legal representation para fair. That's fair and square. Ika nga, fair and square. Diba? Oo. Naririnig ka nila, naririnig mo sila. Diba? Okay. Now, no leanings and no favoritism. Ay, lagi siyang opening shift. Bakit ako laging closing shift? So, you should practice that. Marurotate para hindi ka na ituturo. Now, fair and equal in giving opportunities and recognitions. Implement fair ang sweldo, fair ang benefits. These are ethical principles. Now, equality on treatment as to gender, to age, religion, and race. It is just so unfortunate, no, that the industry doesn't employ senior citizens. But there are a lot of senior citizens who are capable. Right? So, I guess, sana dumating ang oras adapt natin ang Western culture such as hanggat capable ka to work, then you can work. Right? Ang problema lang kasi, because we have too much labor and we have too much qualified young people, kaya sorry na lang, ang senior citizen, you have to find other means of income. As to gender, ngayon, hindi pa masyado kasi apektado ang Pilipinas dun sa diversity. But yet, it will come to that. No? Yung religion, yes. Mag-Muslim man siya, mag-Iglesia ni Cristo siya, mag-Kristiyano siya, mag-Catholic siya, Jehovah Witnesses, and what else? All religion. Hindi naman yun eh. It's the capacity. And that we should accept our staff and the guests that they are different. Case-to-case basis kung minsan eh, di ba? Iba-iba ang tao, iba-iba. And respect. Okay? Let's go with respect. The concern for the right of every staff. Actually, our ethical principles are locked into each other. So, the right of the staff and the guests to be heard. You should be compassionate, considerate, tolerant, but not compromising. Right. Okay, here is an example. A staff, nabuntis siya, no? Out of wedlock. Right. So, what you can do, kasi syempre lalaki ang tiyan and it's not good as an image of the company, is you have to tell. You have to ask. Ano ba ang plano dito? Ay, hindi pa raw mag-aasawa dahil wala pang pera. Then, I will have to suspend you. If you are good, I have to suspend you. Mag-asawa ka muna and then you come back to me with a marriage certificate.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi kumisan, it affects the image of the company. So, you compromise, but you are not condoning this. You will not be tolerating this. You have to, okay, there's another one, sensitivity on when and how to speak. Di ba sabi na nga ng iba, mas maganda ang huli kang nagsasalita. Dahil naririnig mo lahat ng views nila bago ka magsalita. At kasi, minsan, there are people na, alam ko yan, sige, sasalita na ako, tapos biglang bang, mali pala. Diba? So, these are examples, and we give importance to everybody's opinion, lalo na if they are affected by an opinion or a decision. Diba?
Mhm.
Meron kasing, decision, eto na, parang, off day ka na bukas.
Yeah.
Sana man lang kinonsulta ako kasi ganito, kailangan ko ay pera, o the following day, birthday sana ng asawa ko, o yun naman talaga ang off day ko eh. Alam, bakit biglang may desisyon na, hindi, ngayon na, bukas na ang off day. We need to be consulting. Kasi
Yes.
apektado siya eh. Kung hindi siya
Oo.
apektado, ayaw din naman natin na okay, para kang tumutulay sa alambre na
Mhm.
kung ano ang sinabi ni bossing, yun na yun. Diba? Kahit na apektado tayo. It's more of, it will be friendly for a consultation, lalo na nga kung apektado sila. Ah? Importante because that will give you respect. Hindi yung hindi man lang ako konsulta, hindi man lang hiningi ang opinion namin sa mga bagay
Oo.
ito. I truly believe that through consultations, diba, alam mo ba, nangyari ito, I have a niece overseas. Nang nag-pandemic, what are they supposed to do is they will have to terminate some staff kasi walang negosyo. Okay, what they did was, okay, inipon nila ang mga staff, say, okay, we have to do this, ABC will be, magbabawas tayo ng tao. They don't know kung sino ang magbabawas kasi hindi natin kaya. This is our only budget for our labor. You know what these people, they have made compromises and help each other. Bawasan nyo na lang ang sweldo namin, hindi na walang tatanggalin. See?
Oo.
It was beautiful. It was a harmonious agreement, helping each other. Kasi after, di ba, na nag-pick up na uli ang negosyo, then everybody is still there. Instead na everybody will have to be saying goodbye and then hindi mo rin alam kung ano ang sitwasyon niya sa buhay. We put ourselves into the shoes of these people. Now, well, as an F&B manager or as a manager, you have to adhere to the law of the land, the regulation of the industry. Kailangan din natin yon. Okay. Then we go to commitment. Again, parang marriage ito. I am committed to you. Yeah. You put your head and your heart into the marriage. Parang, I marry my job I marry my company during the time that I will be with the company. We are not saying that, okay, once na nasa ibang pa ng kumpanya, doon pa rin ang commitment mo, no. Right? That's not being fair. So, it's also a promise of submission to an expectations. Diba? Sabi ko nga, marriage. Expected ko na loyal ka sa akin dahil loyal din ako sa iyo.
Yeah.
It's something like the company will love you if you love the company. Right? Na we give priority to our job. Minsan, it happens. Most of the time, ang nakakaintindi sa industriya ng F&B or hospitality ay taga doon din.
Yes.
Because you know the pressure of this particular task. It's just like medical. Di ba ang doktor ang nagiging asawa, karamihan nurse or doktor din. Or in the med, because they know. So karamihan din ng F&B people, ang nagapangasawa rin nila is F&B. Bakit? Iintindihan na nila ang commitment, iintindihan na nila na walang off day pag Pasko, walang off day pag New Year or my birthday or whatever. So what we do, like in my restaurant, what I do is, kung sino man off sa Christmas, hindi magpatrabaho sa New Year. para palitan lang. We
Oo.
recognize that this particular occasion is important. It's
Oo.
important to its family. So magpapalitan lang tayo.
Mhm.
Diba? We know for a fact that we're committed to our job, but yet we are also committed to our family. So let's just put a balance to it.
Mhm.
Diba? Oh, para happy, everybody happy. Now, leadership. It says, manager, manage the resources. Right? Lahat
Yeah.
ng mga resources na yan. But the leader points
Oo.
it's to be in the front of the battlefield. Right? So
Mhm.
a manager is also a leader. But there are managers who are not leaders, who are just merely followers.
Yeah. You're
Okay?
right. Oo.
It will be good that you are a manager and at the same time you are a leader. So
Yeah.
it is essential that you
Mm.
walk your talk. You walk your talk. Pag sinabi kong yes, yes. Pag sinabing no,
Mm.
no. You should know walang in between, right? Kung may
Oo.
in between ka because you are not able to decide, then you have to tell your people who are concerned that you will think about it. But make
Yeah.
sure that you will think about it in my deadline. Hindi yung I will think about it when, right? You think about it and you make a decision on time.
Oo. Can
Ah,
I ask a question? Have you
yeah.
faced an ethical dilemma sometimes as a manager?
I'm sorry.
Have you faced an ethical dilemma?
You mean unethical? Unethical.
Unethical.
Well, which of the principles, which of the traits of an ethical practice would you say?
I mean,
Hello?
like for example, how you handle your mistakes at work. Yeah, because sometimes manager also got mistaken, right? So how do you handle your mistakes as a
Okay.
manager?
As sabi nga natin, no, nobody is perfect.
Yes.
Even napakagaling mo na manager, right? Although, pag napakagaling mo na manager, you lessen your risk because of your
Mhm.
experience, because of your knowledge. No? But I could not say that you're 100% perfect at hindi ka magkakamali. Pag
Mhm.
nagkamali ka, it is very important that you acknowledge
Mhm.
your mistake and make corrective action. Kung
Yeah.
Kung lalo na kung sa sarili mo,
Mhm.
bakit lahat ng mga staff mo nakatingin sa'yo, 'di ba? Lahat ng
Yes.
staff mo nakatingin sa'yo. So if you will not do a corrective action of that, then pagtalikod mo sabihin, "Ay, si sir, si ma'am, magaling lang yan sa iba, pero 'pag siya ang may mali, he doesn't acknowledge." So it's
Mhm.
important kasi sabi ko nga, it doesn't make you lesser of a man or a person if you apologize. 'Di ba?
Yes.
It's humility, right?
Mhm.
Pare-pareho naman tayong nakakaramdam. Nagkataon lang manager ako, mas may alam ako. Ba't hindi ko sinasabing perpekto ako? That's the reason why you encourage people. You encourage people as a leader. You encourage excellence. As a matter of fact, you empower them. You empower them to even to the point of they excel. What is your achievement? Diba? Okay, I give you an example. I give you an example. I have my staff, and then
Mhm.
he is a bartender. Is a bartender, but we have a bar manager. Okay, bartender. Now he came to me and said, "Ma'am, I have this list of cocktails that I wanted to introduce. See, for you to have the guts to come to the GM and say, I have this, and that to introduce. Meaning to say, may laman. Tama?
Mhm.
Merong ibubuga. So what I say, I will always challenge. Ito ang aking ano, pasikatan mo nga ako. Di ba? So I
Mhm.
am open. Sige, pasikatan mo ako. I will support whatever you need in the bar, do it at the expense of the company, of course. but you will just have to empower them. Okay. And they will present all of their cocktails. And I will ask the team, okay, let's do a taste test of the cocktails. Whatever is approved, what we have to do. Okay, let's launch this. I will ask the person who did it, how much is your food cost, our beverage cost, right?
Mm-hmm.
How much are we selling this? Is somebody going to buy it at this much? When you say yes, okay, let's go. Let's do some marketing materials. Let's orient everybody to push this one and incentivize the staff who can sell more. And not only that, you will have the honor to name your cocktail creation. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. I myself, I could not do those cocktails. Pero siya, marunong siya. So, hindi ka dapat nagsiselos na mas magaling siya doon. Because
Mm-hmm.
you have other things to do.
Yes.
You have other things to do. Primary is you have to make it green, profitable, so that you have something, you have money to pay that person. Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Now, okay, you are also a person who thinks about the outside of the box. Well, maraming example dyan. Okay, ang aking, okay, I'm serving 250, sige, 250 grams of shrimps on a plate. And it is this size. Now, the 250 grams is only 10 pieces. Now, unfortunately, I did not get the right size of the shrimp. So what am I gonna do? Maybe I can, if it is if it's smaller, then I will have to add. If it is bigger, then I will have to reduce. But it is the responsibility of the F&B manager to go and explain it to the guest. Kasi baka sa susunod na pag-order niya, ini-expect niya ganon. Tama? So it's like,
Yes.
you have to explain it to the guests. And I'm sure a guest in his rational being will be willing to understand. And being thankful that they are being informed. Diba? Okay. Now, there's another one. Okay, confidentiality and privacy of information of guests and staff. It's not, well, my restaurant is known to be frequented by a lot of politicians, a lot of
Mm-hmm.
showbiz personality.
Yeah.
My regular guest is the ex-president Pinoy, right? He had been there for numerous times from his with his career in the even in his presidency. That is not confidential. What is confidential is when was he there, what time was he there, who was he dating, or who was he with. Diba? That's
Oh, okay.
confidential. Okay? Kung sino mang mayor ang nando doon, kung sino mang senador ang nando doon, that's known. Bakit? Eh, kasama sila doon sa dining area eh. I cannot keep that confidential because hindi naman sila naka-exclusive. Diba?
Yeah.
Everybody who is sitting beside them knows that they are there. They can even take photos, and that is not my control. But my
Mm-hmm.
control is that me and my staff will never say anything about it. Diba? So, ganun ang kailangan natin. No?
Mm-hmm.
And we should never encourage fraudulent practices
Mm-hmm.
in our work. Ano example? Okay, na-overstock ako ng beef, right? Siguro 2 buwan na yan sa freezer. So, ang taste niyan is different from the one
Different.
that's good. Okay, you will get upset with your kitchen manager for having that stored.
Mm-hmm.
So, siguro hindi niya tine-check ang requisitions niya.
Yeah.
Right? But, gusto mong, ayaw mong i-waste eh. Ayaw mong i-write off. Right? Kasi, cost yun sa company. So, okay, gawin natin, i-serve na lang natin sa catering. So, that is a situation that is wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You will have to declare it as wastage or write-off, and ask somebody to be responsible, because you have to walk the talk. There is that integrity that what is right and what is wrong is wrong. You cannot go in between. Diba?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, a good reputation. We have to build, we have to safeguard and maintain the image and reputation of the company, the people under us, our staff,
Mhm.
and ourselves. You have to conduct yourself respectably and build the high and good morale of your team. You take responsibility of your actions. Yung tanong mo, yun ang tanong mo na paano ko nagkamali? You take responsibility of your actions. And your willingness to apologize, your willingness to be submitted to the code of conduct. Pag halimbawa nakita na may dishonesty
Yeah.
sa staff mo, you have
Yeah.
to do something that is by the book also. Pag may dishonesty rin sa parte mo, then you will have to be dealt with. Diba?
Mm-hmm.
Mahirap mahirap yung applied lang sa kanya dahil mas mababa siya. Hindi
Yeah.
sa akin. Hindi sa akin.
Oo.
That's how we get a good reputation. You
Mm-hmm.
have that particular responsibility. Now, you will also need to be accountable. Accountability is normally on, yeah, you can submit yourself. You're willing to submit yourself for check and balances.
Mm-hmm.
Ay? Para rin, budgeting yan eh. Ang
Yeah.
expenses mo against your income.
Mm-hmm.
So you are accountable for the action also and the flaws and the mistake of yours and the team. Parang ganito yan. Okay? May flaws ang server. Right?
Yeah.
Ang dapat, saluhin mo na. Tapos saka mo
Mm-hmm.
na lang pagalitan ang server. Right? Okay. And then we adhere to the law of the land also, accountabilities and major principles. You are actually the captain of the ship.
Oo. And
You are
funny, what if you witness a colleague acting unethically? So what would you do?
when you say a colleague, is it pareho ang rank nyo?
Yes, parehong rango nyo or higher than you.
Higher than you,
Yeah.
then it's either. Kasi kung meron ka talagang prinsipyo, you will have to report.
Yes.
Yeah, it is your responsibility to report. Ngayon, kung hindi mo na-report, you are actually condoning.
Mm-hmm.
But, pinaka mas maganda ganito, kasi kung ka-level mo, kausapin mo siya. Kausapin mo
Yes.
siya. Para sabihin mo sa kanya na nakita mo yung ginawa niya.
Mm-hmm.
And you will do a certain action about that.
Yes.
Diba? Para parehas. Kasi hindi mo na, malay mo, hindi lang ikaw ang nakakita. Tapos
Yeah.
nakita ni sir. Pero hindi niya na-report. Diba? So, again, it's a stain on your reputation.
Oo.
Kaya nga, maingat ang manager. Maingat ang
Oo.
manager. Okay. Yeah. Because, sabi ko nga, nakatuon sa'yo lahat ng mata. Diba?
Mhm.
There are even times, ano ang suot ni sir? Ay, parang yan din ang suot niya kahapon ah. Diba?
Yes.
Ganon ka-observant ang tao mo.
Yeah.
Medyo si sir ngayon, parang hindi yata bagay. Napakaselan ko minsan. Okay.
Mhm.
So, I just wanted to end this like, as a manager, we must stay on the driver's seat.
Mhm.
Tayo ang nagdadrive, tayo ang kapitan. Though we celebrate our differences, marami tayong pagkakaiba, marami tayong beliefs,
Mhm.
we
Yes.
even embrace diversity already and inclusion. We must be one with our ethical principles. They can make us or they can break us. Right? So
Yun.
we, whatever our ethical principles,
Mm-hmm.
can define who we are now and who we will be tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
We have our flaws. Nobody is perfect. What we have a chance to correct our course in our journey for excellence.
Ang galing.
So, I am ending that with maraming
Mm-hmm.
salamat po, and it says that you can never right a wrong
Mm-hmm.
by the grace. Yes. So, maraming maraming salamat. But I would encourage you if you have questions.
O, ayan. Ayan, questions. Tingnan natin sa mga comments dito. Okay. What's this? Good to know that basic element in hospitality is our fear of God. Everything we do is always response to God's love of us in accordance with His will. Okay, that's from Immaculate Heart. Okay, there. Ayan. So far parang wala tayong questions. Wala bang mga, ano, ibang
Reaction.
questions? Oo, questions and reactions man lang. Mga parang mga seryoso yung ating mga ano dyan, ating mga televiewers. Ayan. Ayun. So minsan 'di ba ma'am, parang ano, is it really hard? Ano ba 'to? There is no right way to do a wrong thing. Ayan. Ang ganda ng ano,
Kahit na ano
Hello?
ang mali, bali-baliktarin mo man, hindi mo magagawang tama.
Yes, ayan. Kaya
Yes.
ang ganda ng ano na 'yan, ng, ah, motto na 'yan. Ayan. So, wala tayong mga questionnaires na ano, walang gustong mag-join. Okay, ayun. Is it hard ba ma'am sometimes? Siyempre, kung ka-level natin o sabi nga natin or medyo mababa sa posisyon natin, so we can easily do that. Paano kung mas mataas na sa atin, no? Parang, is it hard to let them know when they got mistaken?
Well,
Meron bang ano dun? Parang nakakatakot ba? Kasi siyempre babanggain mo medyo mataas sa'yo or
yes, yes, yes. And it happens. And it
yeah?
happens. So what I would do is that I will make it known to the person.
Mhm.
I will make it known to the person, but I will not do anything except making it known to him that I have seen that. That I have seen that. I know that it. Konsyensya mo, right?
Mhm.
If you have an ethical principle, if you adhere to that, then you have to do something about it. I don't have to tell you, hey, you resign because you are dishonest. I don't have to tell you
Yeah.
that. Right? I
Mhm.
don't have to tell you that. But I am telling you that I seen this. It is on the record and I've seen this. I'm sure somebody will be higher than you. Maybe the stakeholders will see that. And if in case they ask me, I will just say, I have seen this.
Mhm.
And then they would say, why is it that you did not bring it? Bring it up. I said, I have to bring it up to them, to that person who is higher than me. And it is his responsibility, if he's true to himself, to report it. Huwag na nating antayin na mabuking tayo. Diba?
Mhm.
So, aaminin na natin kung may pagkakamali and whatever is the consequence of
Yes.
our wrongdoings, tanggapin natin kung kailangan kung ang consequence nun, made-demote tayo, we have to.
Yeah.
Ngayon, kung tatanggalin tayo, we have adhered to that. Ngayon, coping
Mhm.
up with it, lalo na yung nade-demote, coping up with
Yes.
it, it's parang it's the shame.
Mhm.
It's the shame that it's part of the consequence. So, kung kaya mo, go. Kung you wanted to raise yourself up, go. Kung hindi mo kaya, then move.
Ayan,
Saan
there's a question
pwede
here,
kang
ma'am.
magsimula ulit?
Oo. Ayan, sabi, as a manager, how do you handle or deal with staff members who are not going along well?
Who are not doing along well? Ang una mong gawin is talk to the person. Like
Mm-hmm.
what I normally do in my years is that, okay, every week or every day, twice a week, I will have to nominate, naka-schedule yon. I will sit with
Oo.
you. And I will have lunch with you. I will have coffee with you.
Mm-hmm.
Nagkukwentuhan tayo para nagkakakilala tayo. Kung ano man, ano ang naging problema, why are you not doing well? So you make an offer, how can I help you? But
Oo.
ito nga, isa sa mga naging prinsipyo ko is ganito.
Mm-hmm.
I will pull you up.
Mm-hmm.
Pero pag ikaw ang bumitaw, what can I do? Di ba? I am
Yes.
here to pull you up, to support you. Pero kung ikaw ang bibitaw, I cannot do anything. And they have also to remember that if a chance is given to them, it
Mm-hmm.
sometimes it will only come once. If the chance you miss it, it might come but years. Kaya nga sabi ko, oh, ipopromote kita because kaya mo. Ma'am, ayoko ganito. Oh, I'm here to support you and so on, so. Ayaw pa rin. So, give it to somebody else who is daring to prove himself.
Yes.
Ngayon, sasabihin niya, ma'am, ready na ako. Eh, sorry, fill up na ang position eh. Di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's something like that. You have to prepare yourself when the opportunity is there so you can strike it. So,
Oo.
doon sa question niya, sit with the person. Ask, what is the issue? Kasi baka hindi naman siya masaya sa trabaho niya. Kung hindi siya
Oo.
masaya sa trabaho niya, then we cannot do anything. You have to be happy with your work. If, let's say, ang motivation mo is ang sweldo mo, then you stay loyal with the company, do your best habang nandito ka. Pero hindi
Mm-hmm.
kita pagbabawalan maghanap ng trabaho sa iba. That
Mm-hmm.
you will be happy. Di ba? Kasi when you're happy with the job, when you're happy with the company, it will show sa trabaho.
Oo. Ayun. Yeah, I also have a question kasi uh, like what is happening now to us, no? A lot of high-ranking positions. What would you do if the high-ranking positions is asking you to perform an ethical task?
Oh,
Kasi 'di ba, ma'am,
don't.
like oo, 'di ba ang dami ngayon nangyayari, like, sa mga ano, sa ibang tao na porke manager sila, they're using their power, you know? So, they're using their power, tapos yung medyo mabababa sa kanila, 'di ba parang, inuutusan nila some unethical task, 'di ba? So,
Okay.
what would you do if dun sa mga tao na sometimes natatakot sila kasi baka matanggal sila sa trabaho pag hindi nila sinunod or or baka kung anong gawin sa kanila kasi syempre iniisip nila na their boss is more powerful than them,
Okay.
'di ba?
We start with the boss. You are not
Mhm.
supposed to be doing that.
Yes.
You're not supposed to be doing that. If you're asking your staff, parang na gumawa ng hindi maganda, that is an abuse of power,
Yes.
right? An abuse of authority. Lalo na kung unethical yung pinagagawa. Katulad ng ano, ay, may shortage pero tinago.
Mhm.
That's unethical also. Ano pa?
Yeah.
Ito, uso ito ngayon eh. Sa Pilipinas kasi, we don't mind it, but in other countries, they mind. Hawak-hawak, hipo-hipo,
Yes.
which is, which is a sexual harassment. Sa iba,
Mhm.
hindi. Well, you can pat a person at the back as
Mhm.
saying na, okay, galing mo. Right? Pero kung minsan, yung akbay-akbay, na
Oo.
hihipo-hipo na, which
Oo,
is also,
parang we're not giving any ano, 'di ba, malicious
we're not
thinking.
giving meaning to it. Pero, we have to be careful because somebody na hindi pala nakahanap ka ng katapat, hindi pala niya gusto yung paakbay-akbay ka na habang
Mhm.
nagsasabi ka sa kanya ng instruction, ba't kailangan akbayan ka? Pwede kang ireklamo ng sexual harassment. So that's an illegal thing. Right?
Mhm.
Itatago mo, okay, itago mo itong isang bagay na to, this belongs to the company, but yet, ano, o sige, ilabas mo
Oo.
na. Right? Katulad ng, okay, it's pilferage.
Mhm.
Pilferage. Right? O, magiinuman tayo, birthday ko, ilabas mo nga itong wine na to, pero ililista natin na sold. So, isn't it? Oh, bakit kasama rin yung bartender mo sa kainuman? So, okay, sir.
Mm.
So, unang-una, hindi mo dapat gawin yon. Noon sa
Yes.
empleyado, they have to decide. It's a decision. If they
Mhm.
will tolerate that at sasama sila, they should also be ready for the consequence.
Uh-huh.
Diba? Kasi pag
Yeah.
nagpilyaso at kasi natanggal sila, pasabihin mo, sinabi kasi ni sir, yes, pero alam
Mhm.
mong mali, di ba?
Yes.
You should not do that. So kung pareho kayo natanggal ni sir, it's a consequence.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Ayan.
Another
Ayan,
question.
sabi. Yes, yung sinabi ni Miss Reds. Sabi, from Aisa Baral Bragado. Yes, yung sinabi ni Miss Reds. Kesyo, boss, dapat ba siya lagi tama? Ayun.
No, no. What I would normally do is this. Kasi pare-pareho ang ating mind minsan, di
Yes.
ba? The
Oo.
ingenuity of a person hindi mo matatawaran. I will bring the team together from the OJT to everybody say, okay, here's an issue. Anybody who thinks a good solution for this. Kasi kung minsan lumalabas galing dun sa rank and file mo.
Oo.
And then, oo nga, ano, then you expound on it and make it concrete. Hindi tama. Walang laging tama na
Mhm.
boss. Right? Merong pagkakataon na may pagkakamali. Kung lagi siyang tama, then you decide whether you wanted to stay with the person or not. Kasi ibig sabihin,
Oo.
you might not even grow.
Mhm.
You might not even grow in your career. Kung lagi na lang si sir, lagi na lang si sir. So, merong ganito. They hold onto that position tightly.
Mhm.
So they don't prepare for the ladder of succession.
Mhm.
Takot na takot mawala sa pwesto. Diba? Kaya nakahawak sa liig, hinahawakan sa liig ang tao. So, that's not an ethical principle. That is not correct.
Yes, ayun. Eto may pahabol pa ba? Ayun, I am in, ayan, of you, ma'am, from Beth Garcia. Ayan. Ayun, so I think we're running out of time. And thank you so much for this very nice topic about ethical principles. Sayang kasi ang ganda pa naman ng topic natin. Ayun, do you have some parting words for our televiewers?
Oh, I would just like I am humbled by this opportunity they're giving me in sharing my wisdom and my experiences on how to manage people, how to be uh, a principal F&B manager or a manager itself and a leader. So maraming salamat. Again, we just refresh ourselves, we remind ourselves, we reinforce the ethical principle, and we restart kung kulang. That is the only thing that we have to do. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Reg. Maraming salamat sa HMI TV and your viewers. Thank you very much and may God bless you.
Ayan. Oh, to all our televiewers, thank you so much for joining us here on Turismo Pilipinas on our topic about ethical principles. Thank you for joining us here on HMI TV. And I hope that you can join us again every Thursday, same time and here on HMI TV. And to all our televiewers, to Dr. Vacancy, thank you so much for joining us tonight. To Father Bal Rodriguez, thank you so much. Thank you, Father Bal, for joining us here, and Isa Baral Bragado, and to Miss Beth Garcia, and to all our televiewers na hindi nakapag-comment. Ayan, kasi sila lang po inabasa ko dahil sila lang po yung may comment dito sa amin. And yeah, thank you, Miss Isa. Ayan, thank you for supporting us. Ayan. And to Turismo Pilipinas, to all the members of Turismo Pilipinas, abangan nyo po every Thursday po ang Turismo Pilipinas. Every Thursday, iba-iba po yung topic namin. And for sure, you will learn a lot about in every topic that we have. Yeah, thank once again. And to our special guest, Ma'am Rose Eugenio, thank you so much for the time. And
It
I
is my
hope na okay. And I hope na sa susunod ulit.
Yes,
Ayan.
I will. If you'll invite me, I will.
Yes, Father Bal, thank you so much. I ask you, Father Bal, every Saturday for our gospel and our show, the Holy Mass of Guam, Toto Guam. Ayan, abangan niyo po si Father Bal there. Ayun, thank you so much once again to all our televiewers. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you soon again. Every day po sa mga shows namin. So you can watch us on FB page ng HMI TV and also to YouTube channel ng HMI TV at sa iba pa pong mga link namin. Ayun, please like and subscribe. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone.